We're gonna do something for sure. Okay, hang on. I just gotta.
I'm really excited because this is like it's gonna determine the fate of the world. This is actually like
Yeah,
there's
you're
no
kind
there's no like path here. It
you're
kind of like we don't know what's gonna happen. So this is kind of what I want to see.
you're
Actually,
shaping kind of the end screen of the campaign too. Like assuming you get there.
yeah.
When in the
Wait, guys,
you
can
know
we wait? Hold on. How many save files do we have, Harry?
how many how many save files?
Can I put a save file
Nope,
here? If we
nope.
get a bad roll, we
This
can.
isn't Baldur's Gate, unfortunately. We can't.
Yeah, it is.
We can't just stand outside of the NPC
No.
conversation and then save until we get the.
I thought Jack hated Baldur's Gate.
Until we succeed.
Can I use?
Well, he
What if I
probably
use
does.
a wish spell to be like, can we unkill the Utale people or some shit?
yeah, you definitely could use wish to bring back.
And also, what
a people.
if there's narrative inconsistency? You know, imagine if like you sacrifice all the Utale, and then it's like, it's like when the Dothraki all died, and then next episode the Dothraki are there. It's like the Utale. This is essentially the end of the Utale. And the next episode, the Utale nation
this
rises.
time they will be dead for sure.
Are you sure you're a better writer though than David and Dan?
I hope so.
Ask yourself that question, huh?
I hope so.
You ever think about that?
Well, because I technically, like, I've done a little bit of that, right? Like, I did it with the dwarves, I think. Because you said it when the dwarves were said to be back or whatever. You were like, well, I thought the whole point of the dwarves was that they were dead, like, you know, and
I do look forward to how these cunts survive, if they survive in a bunker or a bunch of Kev rings or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the ones who developed the genie technology, gene tech, in order to survive.
Gene tech.
Gene tech, bro. They sat in a bunch of rings for 30 years.
Right.
100 years. Gene tech.
Percent rolls. Okay, I just had to put the chart on at the beginning of my session doc. All right. Yeah, are we live? Oh, we're live. No, yeah, we are. Cool. Wait, we are? That doesn't make any sense. Let's check it out. Create, go live. Because I could have sworn... Oh, I do have it up. What? This is really confusing. I have too many windows. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it does look like we're live. Oh, I gotta pop out my camera. Cool. Okay, yeah. We'll get this session underway. Since we're starting 40 minutes after the start time, yikes. Welcome back to Tragedy of War, session 83. This session, today, we are joined by David as Bosong, Jack as Khanek, Will as Ocerus, and Cannon as Rolland. We will not be joined today by Mike as Daelin, because he has evaporated. He ceased to exist. He's dead.
Actually, sorry, Jack is joining us as Chaos Dragoon Archmage Khanek.
Yeah, my mistake, of course. And yeah, so we are down to a four-player campaign currently. We're seeing about getting a fifth, maybe. Possibly Parker Coulter making a return. We'll see how the talks go. But
really just doxed him, huh?
Yep.
What happens when Boeing comes and assassinates him now? This is your fault.
That's true.
Boeing's gonna be like, this guy plays D&D.
Dude, Musk is gonna get him before Boeing does. So that's in the works. The hammer kerfuffle has been sorted out. And yeah, we're we're just gonna dive right into this. Kick it off with a recap. Okay. Last session was session 82 of Tragedy of War. Last time on Tragedy of War. The session began with the faithful few in the middle of a sunset communal banquet within Fort Baeon, awaiting the words of Rolland. Well, the words that he had for its residents. And so he shared them. He shared these words of power. And evidently the people were moved by this speech. Theramak, the Sons of Heritage, Theramak of the Sons of Heritage stepped forward, ascending with Roland's words, then Consul Corinth of the Elves of Haven, then the Vidalcan of Destiny, and finally the Utale people. Well, actually, finally, Jorma shared his approval. And the whole banquet just went ballistic. The residents of Fort Baeon carried Roland's message of the faithful few with them all throughout the night until it was done. Eventually, the faithful few also found a place to rest their head for the night, and the next day was quickly upon them. When they awoke and regrouped in the courtyard, one of the Utale residents brought Jorma a strange-looking device that was Vidalcan by design. He said it contained a message for Jorma, so he activated the device to hear it, and a surprise visitor emerged as a hologram. The Prophet of Destiny. He congratulated Jorma on restoring Fort Baeon to its former glory and sheltering those displaced by the everlasting conflict. Then he turned to Khanek and admitted to being a propagandist and a huge fan of Khanek's propaganda. The primary purpose of the message, however, seemed to be that he wanted to give the faithful few some lost magic, that of teleportation. He believed it was essential to their successful infiltration of Sanctum, and thus their successful siege of Sanctum. Their successful siege of Sanctum. The emphasis was a little weird on that. He had a parting gift for you all. A portable teleportation pad. Once he'd given it to you, or explained that the device that was playing the message was the pad, he bid you all farewell forever, then disappeared. The faithful few then said what was perhaps their final goodbyes to Jorma of the Utale, since he was joining the main force in marching through the lands of heritage. He will be part of the Parish Presents. The faithful few then sailed back to Safeguard with Enforcer Kaokan. When they arrived, they met up with Bosong, who had returned from his side quest in Bedlam. He regaled the party with the details. Bedlam had been restored to its to the Summer Isles that it once was for the Tiefling people. He shattered the patron within his ice wall prison. But there were bad vibes coming from the deep lake within the cave. His woe was switched to wheel. And he discovered a Vidalcan structure within the old Mosque of Ivos, or outside of it slightly. And he had Amihan float it back to the archipelago. And after all that, here he was. The party shared some disbelief toward these events, but nevertheless moved on to speak with the now Seraph Adelaide Vendeus. they found her on their way to the White Palace in the middle of the city, seemingly concluding her coronation of some kind, or at least a public address. Rolland gave his report to the new Serafindeus, and in response she bade that Captain Freya of the Defenders would direct the incoming reinforcements, and she bade that Captain Salar of the Vanguard would receive them at Palisade. From there, they would march through the Kingdom of Heritage on Sanctum. But you also know that likely the Warforged are occupying Heritage ever since the half-orcs left, and it is likely that most of the fighting currently is taking place in Heritage on the mainland. Serafindeus wished them luck in their teleportation travels, then left to help orchestrate preparations for the coming days. While the faithful few waited for the troops to all be in position and for the siege to commence, they took some much-needed time for learning and leisure, reading books. The session ended when word of the front line clashing with Sanctum forces reached Safeguard. Daelin stood in the center of the faithful few on the deployed teleportation pad, envisioning the throne room of Sanctum, a place he had been before, once upon a time. So, I'm going to get this scene change ready, but we're going to start the session with Parish Percent. And it's going to be just the first people. The Vidalcan of Destiny. As the session goes, we're going to roll for the other people and factions. There are 5 total, so throughout the session we will roll 5 Parish Percents. I don't really have planned times at which we're going to do it, but I just know that we want to build up to the final roll for the Sons of Heritage. And we will be doing this every session. Until they're all dead, or until you finish the campaign. So, that's where we're at. Ambient.
Who would like to roll for the Vidalcan?
Not my people.
Yeah, who...
Thing is that you care the least about him, Jack. Probably not.
No, Will. Why don't you? You created the Vidalcan nation.
Yeah, they are kind of part of your little gaggle.
The only roll... I don't want to roll anything, because knowing my luck, they will all be dead, and I don't want to do
Well,
that,
you're
so...
gonna have to roll for the Utale for sure, Will.
No. No, my browser's not working.
If one of you doesn't choose, I will roll. I'll roll to see who chooses.
Like, if I have to roll for the Utale, I'll have them die by my roll.
Yeah. We're
I'll
not
roll for the Sons of Heritage, but other than that, I don't feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
I'll nuke a Vidalcan. Why not? Actually, fuck it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D100. If you roll a 30 or lower, then the Vidalcan may die.
All right, we're good. We're safe.
You are safe.
Vidalcan are alive, baby.
The Vidalcan are alive.
I was about to say.
If it gets to the Utale, they all die. I'm gonna be so done. I used my one roll on the.
It's a coin flip for the Utale.
Oh, God.
Same with the Suns. Okay. With that out of the way, you emerge from your teleportation wormholes, respectively, because you don't actually emerge together. I know I said something last session about some people being in the same room and others being in separate rooms. You're all in separate rooms now. Had to do some adjustments with the with certain events out of character. But
Have me go last. I'm washing some dishes.
okay, sounds good. Ocerus will say. I'm just going to quickly describe where each of you are, and then I'll flash the map, and then we'll go one at a time. Ocerus, you're in what looks like a small, almost like operating room, but for Warforged. We could call it an assembly room, like a place where they take all the parts of a Warforged and they put it together, or take it apart. As it would seem, some of these, inert, inactive figures in this room are disassembled or partially assembled. Nothing in the room looks fully done. But that's where you are. David, Bosong.
Yep.
It's very bright and very hot in this room that you find yourself. You are standing on the edge of a large vat of essentially liquid, like molten hot lava. You're on like a platform that is raised above this pit, so you're safe, but you still feel the heat. And there's this conveyor belt that's going across the top of the center of the chasm, where there is metal being superheated and melted to be shaped into different, what appear to be robot parts. We'll call this room the furnace.
Lovely.
Rolland, you're outside. It's definitely Sanctum. You're looking around. You find yourself in kind of like a supply area where there's some cargo boxes full of scrap metal and supplies for this facility that you're at. It's midday, you know that much based on when you teleported, but in Sanctum, it is so smog-ridden and cloudy that when the sun shines through, it almost looks like dusk or dawn. Everything is a lot darker than it should be, basically. And because of that, you can actually see lights in the distance that are moving. Red lights that are seemingly scanning the periphery of this facility that you find yourself at. In fact, one of the red light beams almost like scans right over your foot, but you're able to kind of like pull your foot back just a little bit to be more behind this crate that you seem to have spawned behind. That's where you are. And Khanek, you are in a small office. It is very messy and disorganized. It doesn't look like it's been very well maintained, or, like it's not used very frequently. And in this office, there's a desk with a chair and a whole lot of scrap sheets of paper there's a large chalkboard on one side of the wall that is full of dwarven glyphs and runes and language, and a large diagram of some kind of Warforged model. And then
Harry,
there is
if
a
those are a
series of
language-
tables behind you that have dwarven weapons, rusted and
Harry,
ancient.
I want you to know if those if it's a straight up a language, my character has that thing from my subclass, the wizard subclass that lets me just understand the languages, I believe.
Yeah.
And now, if this is an ancient thing and you want to make it interpretive, I'm totally okay with that. You don't have to let this be like a magic thing where I bypass. But I would say, like, let me have like a chance of rolling or something like that.
Yeah,
if it's,
yeah.
Some sort of ancient thing interpretive.
No, absolutely.
But like I said, later.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Flashing the map. We are going to start with Ocerus. Ocerus, you are in this room. There's a large bin of essentially Warforged parts on the south side of the room. And there are these operating tables, we'll call them, of disassembled Warforged. And actually, so you definitely clock this is robot country. And you, as you scan the room, you notice something familiar for some reason. Your eyes lock onto what looks like an arm that's been detached from its Warforged host. And other than that, where the bin is receiving these parts from, there's a conveyor belt that is actively moving and dropping more parts into this bin. It's right above the bin, and it looks like there's an opening to the outside world. And to the north of you, or to the north side of the room, there is another conveyor belt where it looks like they load the completed Warforged bodies, and then there's a door that they pass through, but it seems to be mechanically operated by something.
Sorry about that, Woes.
No worries.
If I destroy this, is this like Star Wars Droid Factory where I can just kind of destroy it and then stop making Warforged?
Ooh, yeah. How do you want to go about doing that? Well, make an investigation check. It's a dirty one.
Yeah, it's a classic.
You get the vibe that well, as you're searching around, it's all very highly technical, and basically no one would blame you for not understanding like the technology and the systems that surround you. You do feel like there's probably some way that you could stop the conveyor belt by force, but you have a thought where it's quite quiet around you and just in this place. Could you make a perception check? There we go. It seems quiet, but then you hear the rhythmic steps of what sound like Warforged beyond this room. And even from the opening out on the south side of the room, you can kind of peer up and see these like red lights scanning the exterior of this facility that you're at. Wherever you are, Ocerus, you get the feeling that nobody knows you're there yet, and that you're probably not supposed to be here.
How did I get here?
You might be wondering how we got here.
With your perception check and your peering, you would be able to see limitedly out of this upper conveyor belt area. And you know that there's a catwalk on the other side of it, but it looks like the catwalk is being observed by something on the other side.
Yeah, so there's robots in these parts.
Mm-hmm.
I can't destroy the conveyor belts. What is my next best course of action? Well, I guess where does that door lead? Can I get a good look at that without exposing myself to
The one above.
to the robot or?
Yeah, you would be able to, you want to climb up here is what you're saying. Oh, wait. Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do so easily enough. Make me, well, no, I won't make you roll for it. I was gonna say acrobatics. It's, you use the table, you get up, and it's pretty easy. It's meant to receive, you know, the bodies that are on those operating tables. And you step onto this conveyor belt, and you're going over to the door to examine it.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's like, you know, where it leads to, or if there's like a way out, I guess, or a
Yeah.
good flank position.
Yep.
Outside of just walking on the conveyor belt.
Yep. Make me an investigation check.
All right, second time's a charm. Ah, just kidding.
You're standing by this door, and oh, by the way, can everybody kind of like observe what each other are seeing right now? Like,
Yep, I see where I am on the map.
Can you see like where Khanek and Rolland are as well?
No, just myself.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just keep it that way.
I can see myself and then a couple little parts of the map.
Okay. Okay, we'll just keep it that way for now. Unfortunately, Ocerus, you don't find any kind of mechanism to open this door. You get the feeling that there is something around, though. It's just, you know, a little befuddling at the moment. Instead, you are up on this elevated track now, and you kind of turn away from the door. And as you turn around and look down, you see the head of a Warforged kind of on this operating table. And the head is very familiar. Not like in a... I'm trying to find a way that would best make sense to Ocerus.
Is it a negotiator head? Or a peacekeeper head?
You notice that it is a highly augmented negotiator head.
These fuckers are
Drone.
war machines.
Cool.
Drone.
And
One of my drones.
you do notice, where's the art? Let's see here. It is from your understanding, the Warforged that you met in Forlorn during your time there. However, it is only his head. The rest of him is nowhere to be seen.
Merely a drone.
Ultron.
We will come back to you, Will. Moving over to Bosong. You are in this furnace, David. And it's real hot. And there's not really much light coming from the outside world except through what looks like where this machine is opening and closing as it's making a loud noise. It's like as it presses down to form these individual pieces for the Warforged.
I see.
And it seems to be coming from this side. Like they're
So the metal
scrolling
coming in here, and then this is like a press?
Yeah, exactly. And
Awesome.
there appear to be, we'll say, like 2-second intervals between when the press is smashing down and when it's lifted up. There is also a door here on the bottom right side of the furnace room.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
Why not? Let's see where this metal's going. Bosong takes a quick step back and then hops onto the conveyor belt.
Yep. Okay.
And then as he approaches the press, he girds his loins, he raises his left arm up, and he prepares to like catch the press.
What the?
Is that an athletics check?
Absolutely insane behavior. So yes, you will take damage for just from the heat going through this, but it will be momentary. As you get to this press part, you imagine that the press is also quite hot. So are you looking to time the press and kind of dive through if you can, or you're trying to just catch it with your bare ass hands?
I could take it.
Okay. We'll say you take 2d10 fire for the lead up to this.
Alright.
And go ahead and make me an athletics check. As it's your turn, your feet are almost like the skin of your feet are almost melting into this conveyor belt as you go across it, superheating your skin and your body. Your hammer itself is becoming like red hot, and it's searing itself into the palms of your hands. 23.
That's
So-
actually a 25 because of Indomitable Champion, or Indomitable Might.
Okay.
So does that change anything?
So it's coming through, and or you're coming through rather,
Yeah.
and this thing is about to chunk you, and it does, but you catch it before it, reaches your head, we'll say, and you hold it there. And it causes a bit of a like an irregular mechanical sound, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop the conveyor belt. They seem to operate independently. So you do continue through. But the metal that you are next to, or where there should be metal, it is not molded. So it's just still metal,
Just raw
but
plates.
it's just cooling down. Yeah, exactly. And
Gotcha.
you're standing over it. From the press hitting you, I will say, and you catching it, from the fire, we'll say it's another 2d10.
I
But that should be it.
okay.
Surprisingly, considering the circumstances, you feel pretty unscathed.
Yep. Where the fuck is this?
You exit the furnace into the cool, very cool air of Sanctum. In fact, there's a waterfall right next to where you're standing on this conveyor belt. It even seems to be cooling down the metal with its vapors and its misting. And it's a welcome reprieve for you, too. However, from what you see quite a few Warforged robots, all the same to you, that are patrolling this area, it would seem, this facility. Where is the art? They have a single red eye in the middle of their helmets, in the middle of their visors, and they are holding, from what you know, to be shooty, fiery things that
Oh no, it's these again.
will that you watched eviscerate King Braylick and the Sons of Heritage. Obviously, King Braylick was brought back, but separate from that, you know that these things can turn you into Swiss cheese if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And they appear to have these lasers that basically are indicating where they're looking. They are surveying the area, and it seems like they don't register anything that doesn't enter their sight cones. Do with that what you will.
So, Harry, what happened to the orange glow of the Warforged when Monarch took over?
Yep, there is some of that. It doesn't look like it's on these Warforged.
Okay.
Your conveyor belt is going to be moving at 5 feet per round if you don't move, just so you know.
Okay, so do I just take a turn then, more or less?
Yeah, we'll say so.
Okay. Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then I'll leap over here outside of the cone. Oh, there's like a wall in between that. It's like
Yeah, but you want to
spot.
leap here?
Yeah, I thought that was like an open air like walkway.
Oh, I see. No, there's like a gap there, yeah.
Can I leap that gap?
Yeah, you want to do so quietly?
Yeah.
Make me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
Okay, yeah. Your skin is quite mushy and sticky now because of this superheating process that you've undergone. So it makes a little bit of a wet slap sound when you land on this metal flooring. Very cool to the touch. But it doesn't seem to resonate as far as this surveyor stands.
All right.
We're going to jump to Rolland.
You got it.
Rolland, you're in this cargo bay area, and there appears to be some kind of winch at the edge of your cliff.
Whoa.
You're not sure what it's for exactly, but you also notice a door on the left of you, and then otherwise the walls that are surrounding you. There is no roof here.
Oh. Okay.
and so it's possible you can
Is it
climb.
outside? Is it like in a cave?
You seem like you're outside right now.
Okay. Let me just like. Well, let me look at these boxes first. Are they like sturdy? So like if I wanted to climb on top of the boxes, that would work.
Yeah. You could. Do you want to do so carefully and quietly, or with disregard?
Yeah. I'm gonna check to see what's inside them first, so I'm not like climbing on top of a box of grenades or something.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to you, Cannon.
Whoa. If they're like locked, that's fine. But if I can check what's inside, I will.
Some of them are sealed, some of them aren't. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Sure. Oh, what did you get, Will? Sorry.
Okay. Shade.
I can't help it. It's too funny. You got a one.
You in these boxes you would find various different parts of Warforged, of course, as well. They look like discarded parts. You feel like you're in a part of the facility that probably most doesn't see a lot of activity.
Okay.
And there would also be there wouldn't be anything final product or like salvageable, like an explosive or anything like that. So it seems safe.
Yeah.
In other words.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I get on top of the boxes,
Mhm.
am I like tall enough to see over this wall, or is it still a ways up?
Yeah, you feel like you could see over the top if you climbed a little bit once you got even on top of the boxes. Do you want to make an acrobatics check?
Yeah.
You also have your wings to help you a little bit if you
Oh, sure, sure.
if you end up falling somehow. Yeah, so you kind of kick up the wall and grab onto the edge, and
Nice.
you look over. We'll say you're looking over this wall, yeah?
Mhm.
And you see just a vast, the vast expanse of the wasteland of Sanctum, far beneath where you are. This facility that you find yourself at is clearly high up in the mountains of Sanctum, which, from your understanding of Sanctum, there are not that many mountains, which is why this is such a vast expanse of wasteland.
Right.
The only mountains in Sanctum are actually behind the city itself.
Whoa, okay.
And sure enough, you see, you have a clear visual of the back of the city of Sanctum, and it's pretty close. It's like, I mean, it's close enough to see from your vantage point. It would still take a little bit, obviously, to get there, in terms of getting down and then finding your way over there, but this teleportation situation that you find yourselves in seems to have put you in not exactly in the heart of where you would find resistance. In fact, you haven't heard or don't know of anyone who has been to this side of Sanctum. It's pretty deep. You're definitely not supposed to be here. And when you scan to the left, you see that there are these flying Warforged airships, essentially, similar to the one that you boarded back in the Utale Nation. After you killed Mulka, there was this weird, like, flat airship boat looking thing that hovered over the water. That's what these things are. And they appear to be manned by warforged surveyors that are scanning the facility that you found yourself in. From the top of this wall, you could hoist yourself up and potentially like sneak to a higher vantage point. There's a roof on the other side of this wall that you're standing at. Or you could go back down and try a different path.
I guess I'll, for now, kind of now that I've kind of gotten some bearing,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and get back down.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of glide down to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
And I'll walk forward a bit into this alley.
Yep.
I'm assuming I see this.
You would see that, yes.
Okay.
And that Warforged looks like he's looking at the winch, but it doesn't
This.
reach you exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try and quietly test this door, like open it as quietly as possible.
Roll a stealth check.
I love stealth checks. I love stealth checks.
Okay. Yeah, we'll hold on that, and we'll switch to Khanek. Khanek, you're in this office.
I'm in this
And-
office.
There's a desk, a
These piles.
chalkboard, and tables of weaponry and and dwarven specifically weaponry, but it all looks very ancient and rusted. It looks like a lot of the stuff in here is junk, though it is interesting from like a historical perspective. It reminds you
Harry?
of your excavating times in Sanctum. Yes.
Would you like to change my token?
Oh yeah. Hang on, I actually have your updated token. I just didn't drag it in. Boop.
And yes, with the third eye, I can read any language. Do I understand what I am seeing?
Oops. Yeah, so the chalkboard draws your attention immediately. It's almost like you spawn in front of it.
Destiny.
Yeah, we won't say verbatim what you read, but
Okay.
you notice that this chalkboard's been used quite a bit. It's full of erasure marks and like work off to the side and unfinished thoughts and things of that nature.
Seems like my own work.
But
Profound.
from what you can make out, there is a main procedure being outlined in the middle of this chalkboard, and it looks to be the procedure for the facility. Oh yeah, wait. Do you want me to flash the art track?
Yeah.
I zoomed it. I didn't realize that was Khanek's head.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's him.
You always made fun of me for being a banana head. Little did you know, I was the dark magician.
Your head's even pointier now.
Yes. My helmet covers my banana.
This procedure, Khanek is describes the process of essentially constructing a warforged. It seems like the chalk is very old, but it describes what seems to be not just the procedure of constructing a warforged, but for this facility specifically, starting from salvaged scrap metal being delivered by excavators, superheating the scrap metal into usable materials, and then shaping those materials into the various parts of a warforged. those pieces getting assembled and polished, and then they are infused, it looks like, with some kind of dwarven mancy magic that wasn't that isn't documented, but it has like these words that are these glyphs that you see. They are not words that have direct translations. They seem to have a spirit of meaning of primordial. So some kind of primordial magic.
Language so similar to primordial. Their magic, Sid.
And then there is a second diagram that is drawn below in fresher chalk. Very fresh chalk. It is in this diagram, the pictures are what's most important because it's a size chart. It starts with the standard size of a Warforged sentry, which are the types of bots that you fought in Forlorn, and the types of bots that mowed down the Sons of Heritage. Those are basically human-sized. Then the next on the size chart is a Warforged Leviathan, which you also briefly saw on this battlefield previously, and they're basically the size of a giant. The Leviathan is next to a diagram drawing of Castle Sanctum. And obviously the castle is enormous by comparison. But then next to the castle is two very, very large humanoid Warforged Titans. And there is a label written above both of them, like the title of the diagram, essentially. And it says, Vessels of the Two True.
So, they're constructing giant machines. It's just like Bionicle. I'm just kidding. It's a giant machine to traverse the stars. Perhaps a machine god. Just like Bionicle. Anyways.
Yeah, the way that this, with the flavor text that's written throughout this diagram, you get the impression that these robots, these titans, are not meant to act like oh, that's a better way to describe it. They exist outside of the Monarch hive mind. They are meant to be autonomous.
A machine god.
And they are not. and
The Warforged themselves have found a way to escape.
And they are missing.
Preordained destiny.
They are missing the step in the process where they would be infused with life. And
Perhaps
so
they are not so secondary to dwarves, mere slaves. They are seeking their own form of the divine. They only seek the dwarves as a means to the end.
So just to clarify that the text is written all in Dwarvish, and it is true that here's a detail. The top section with the old chalk is written like mechanically almost. It looks like right angles are perfect, and everything is perfectly like in line formatting wise, you know.
A machine wrote
these.
these.
It's as if a machine wrote the top section. However, the bottom section is much more
so who could have
human
written this?
Almost. Except
Who
these
could have
erasure
possibly-
marks. These erasure marks that go up the chalkboard It almost seems like this process was written lower on the chalkboard because that's as high as the writer could reach.
A dwarf. A dwarf wrote these. My intuition. It must have been a dwarf. How could any creature so short write on this board?
So that is the information that you're able to read directly and intuit just with your feature. Otherwise, everything else in the room looks basically like junk or throwaway scrap material. There are 4 doors in the room. There is a door in the lower left, upper right, and on the right side of the room.
I mean, I'll try to take a listen to where there's noise and where there's not noise. So I'll go to each of the doors and try to hear.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Rolland, do you said you wanted to use that stealth check to try to open the door?
Yeah.
You open the door as you and you are met with the back of Khanek, who has pressed his ear up against this northernmost door, and he doesn't seem to know that you're there.
Khanek. It's me. Rolland.
Do I trust this? Rolland?
That's up to you.
Yeah, can I roll something to see how my vibes?
Vibe check.
Can I vibe check Rolland?
Sure. You get insight.
Yeah, what do you want me to roll? Insight? Okay.
Yep.
Let me vibe check this Rolland. Do I think it's Rolland?
You do, yeah.
Alright, I open the door.
Yep. So you two are
No,
related.
we're in different doors, so you just open your door.
So the door that you're standing in front of, Jack, it is currently locked.
Oh, then I open the door to roll.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't know what you meant when you said I was a
Yeah.
bit confused at the back press. I was like, what?
Oh, I see. I see. And Khanek, you look out into this almost like storage area where it seems like Rolland appears to have spawned out of his teleportation. There's a large winch to your left, and for the first time you're seeing the red sight cone of a surveyor standing off on a ship in this like misty fog off this cliff that you stand on. Like, you get a very good idea of like the type of place that you're in just like off of those few seconds looking outside with Rolland.
I'll tell.
Rolland, come in.
They're watching. Yes.
Close the door.
Come inside.
And close your door.
Okay, I come inside and I close the door.
Okay.
Where
Well,
the hell are we? Clearly Sanctum. What the fuck did Daelin imagine, though?
I got a peek outside. We're on top of the mountains.
makes you wonder where Daelin is, Khanek. Where everybody is.
To the east of whatever Sanctum's big city is called.
Castle Sanctum?
Sanctum, yeah.
Yes.
While you two find each other and reunite, we go back to Ocerus. William, you are standing up on top of this this conveyor belt when you would see the dismembered head of Peacekeeper, of course, but you would also very briefly see what looks like a shirtless tribal man jumping off of a conveyor belt on the opposite side of the room that you're in. and then he disappears from view. What would you like to do?
I guess I'd go towards where he disappeared to.
You want to go over there?
Yeah.
Okay. You would be able to descend from your conveyor belt easily enough, but when you get to this bin where there are, there's just a massive bin of Warforged parts, you feel like wading through that is going to create a lot of noise. Not that that's a problem, if that's something you don't care about, but there's also, the conveyor belt on the other side is moving at 5 feet per second. So if you were to jump onto this conveyor belt softly, without making any noise, you would still have to get off of it pretty quickly, or else you would fall back into the parts bin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you like to approach it?
I don't know that guy.
You
think I
yourself
just-
are wearing some very heavy armor too.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I was like, I could just send it, I guess, but that would definitely alert. So I won't do that. I'll take the sneaky approach.
Okay. What's that?
There's a sneaky approach for Ocerus?
Yes.
Well, what's that look like in this situation?
It's called. Hold on. Do I have the spell? I don't. Never mind. There's no
Ooh.
such thing as a sneaky approach. I'm trying to look if I have anything that would help me be a little sneakier, but I don't.
You can take off your armor.
Is there another? Yeah, no. Is there another path potentially that I could get to him, or is this look like the only way?
This room is like, yeah, very sealed with metal. It doesn't appear like there's another exit, but but yeah, go ahead and roll me.
I could just fucking jump it.
Oh, okay. There's also this other door if you want to check it
That
before
chute?
you do. Just
All right, I'll check the chute.
Okay, yeah. Give me an investigation one last time. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, you know?
I hate this stupid.
This is so absurd.
Stupid.
I feel like Will's giving all of his luck to us.
Alright.
It's an honorable sacrifice, Will.
So, you don't find anything, but and so you decide that yeah, maybe another course of action is okay. So do you want to be? You're just sending it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just jumping and trying to be as, I guess, quiet as possible. But
Okay. Roll me acrobatics
this
and
point.
stealth.
acrobatic. No. Pretty mediocre rolls. Pretty good for me.
You're gonna get me caught.
So
It's alright. You want to fight
Bosong.
anyways.
That is
from
cool.
where you're standing, we'll go to you now. From where you're standing, Bosong, you would see Ocerus getting ready to make this jump. And so you have a second to. So first off, you see Ocerus. That's like a thing, right?
Right.
But you seem to have a moment to react. It seems like he's gonna jump anyway. But when he lands, you know he's gonna make a lot of noise. Like it's just clear as day, right?
Catch him. Catch him, Ocerus.
Can I try to catch him?
Oh.
It'll be like that scene where he jumps into your arms and then you spin.
Yeah, so with your reaction, you want to, like, just quickly kind of maneuver yourself back onto the conveyor belt and then help him land, essentially.
Yeah, like I like bear hug him and I keep him from like planting his feet down.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, he's not even gonna land. You want to, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew you were so strong.
Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
I love those.
And okay, you successfully catch him. Give me a stealth check to see how quiet it is.
Oh,
What is this bullshit, man?
It's okay, Will. I'll carry you.
This guy's got a +1. He gets a net 20. What is this? What do I gotta do?
Will crawled so Bosong can run.
Bosong, it's like, and Ocerus, you were maybe so caught up in it that when you jumped, like you weren't expecting any kind of help, but then like Bosong's just on the other side, and he just catches you, and it's like there was no descent. It was just like it was like you were caught by a cotton ball, a very strong cotton ball, and absolutely no noise or resistance was felt on your end of things. However, this thing is moving at 5 feet per second, and so you both would have to get off rather quickly.
Yeah, I hop off onto the corner.
Okay. And
presumably
you help Ocerus down as well.
Yeah.
Will can see that. Ocerus is like about to walk around the corner, and then and then Bosong like pulls him to the corner, away from the surveyor's beam. This surveyor at this point, oh sorry, he turns. Any step. Oh, is this opening? There we go. He steps inside, and then the door shuts behind him. And he would walk. You see him kind of appear in the doorway slightly, but then that's as far as he makes it in his round. And separately, you would begin to see the red light of a surveyor coming from the south side of the catwalk, Bosong.
Oh, shit.
What do you do?
Quick question. Are these airships like open air? Like, are they, or is there like a roof to them?
They are open air.
Okay. Damn, I really wish this surveyor standing behind that glass dome was dead.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, but alas.
Yeah, he's got quite a berth on him.
Ocerus, we're gonna jump this guy coming up. I see his beam.
Jump this guy. Crazy.
I could technically, I could use a command. Maybe that would work.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's good, because then they have to roll the DC, not you.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, my audio cut out. What do you want to do?
I could use a command.
Is it going to
Man's
work?
pro.
I don't know. It used to. Ever since I've joined you all, I've seemed to have become shit at everything.
I'm aware of the effect I have on people.
All right, I
Okay.
can.
I trust you, Ocerus.
Which one? Which one? The one in front or the one behind? Which way do we want to go?
It sounds like Bosong is talking about the one that's coming from.
Yeah, I'm
this
just wondering if he
direction.
wants me to take this one or if we want to go the other
Oh,
way.
I see.
Because if this leads to nowhere, then I can't really see from here. It looks like this way leads to something else.
Yeah,
This way looks
actually,
like a
from
pretty
where
much a dead
Bosong
end.
is standing, Bosong, as Ocerus says this, you would be able to see 2 Warforged in this larger hangar area, in the direction where that last one went.
Oh. Well, Bosong taps Ocerus' shoulder and he points at the open hangar doors.
Mm-hmm.
Ocerus, do you?
Take a piss. Be back.
Rolland and Khanek aren't here, which means we actually have to think for once.
This is coming from Bosong.
Comedy gold.
Okay.
So, we either try and stay stealthy or we go loud.
I could try, but I'm pretty loud. I kind of look, especially with this new armor.
I mean, it's very shiny though.
It is very shiny.
Okay. While you two deliberate, we're gonna jump to Rolland and Khanek.
Alright, I'm gonna fill my water then. We have 3.
Okay. Rolland. You step into this small office after Khanek welcomes you in like it's his own house. And you would see all of the things I described to Khanek, as well as the crazy Warforged drawings on the chalkboard.
Warfortech.
And you would see 3 doors. One right next to you, one on the opposite side, and one on to the left on the opposite side.
Yeah, in that alleyway, it seems like there's a Warforged watching. What's behind these other doors? It's okay. I'll
Yeah, where do you want to? Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
I'm gonna.
So
can
we're
I,
back
like,
to you two now, Jack.
Yeah, I say there's a Warforged watching out in the alleyway. What's behind these doors?
You know that this door is locked.
How close are we to where we need to be, since you were able to see outside? Is this somewhere we could easily traverse to? Or do we need to make a fight out here? If we fight out here, we're thoroughly fucked, Rolland. This whole
Out there.
strategy revolved around stealth. Just like decapitating the head of Forlorn.
I think the first option, or the first thing, has to be finding Bosong and Ocerus and Daelin.
We don't know where the fuck they are.
I mean,
They're
I know
lost causes, bro. Leave them behind.
I know the teleportation was, and they can't be too far. We were close.
Let's get out of here.
I'll do the standard. Polymorph into a mosquito. Whatever is
Oh,
the smallest thing possible.
mosquito.
Wait, you can be a rat
don't
for
know.
free, once per day.
No, I don't
Oh,
want to be
okay.
a rat. I want to fly in the air and be so small.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and ping the spell. I don't know if I have a mosquito token, but I'll make your token super small. That's what I'll do.
Apparently, I have to select a target. Polly.
Do you see him shrink down, Cannon?
Yeah. Well, he's right next to me, though.
Yeah. Wisdom save. Nope. Transformation lasts for the duration, which is an hour.
There's no wisdom save because it's not
Yeah,
myself.
And then your statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by statistics, but you retain your alignment and personality.
I guess I'll go with something more intelligent.
Target assumes the hit points of its new form. It reverts as a result of dropping to 0. Any excess damage carries over. Okay. You're a mosquito, or, well...
Anyway,
is
no,
that your
I'll be a
final
mosquito.
option?
I don't
Okay.
care. Yeah, I'll be a mosquito. I'll take the low intelligence. I'll just be a retard. But I know,
Okay.
I mean, going into it, though, I still would... My mission is simple. Like, look for 3 dudes.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
Anyways, I go outside the door.
Okay.
I fly outside a crevice, and I
Yes.
start looking.
We'll say Rolland opens the door for you. Lets the bug outside. How high do you fly?
High enough to see on the other side of this building, at least.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and fly out as far as you want. You can just free roam here.
Buzz, motherfucker.
I cross into this red area, by the way, as the mosquito.
Yes. You like land on the glass.
Well, I'm flying. I fly
Yeah.
through.
You hear the Warforged go like, that is a South Alabama mosquito. There are none
Yeah.
of those here.
There are no mosquitoes in or in Sanctum. Exterminate!
Only North Greenwich mosquitoes exist here.
That is a highly irregular species to exist in this climate. No, the beams do not seem to notice you as you fly around.
I fly into this Warforged over here.
Yep. You fly over him.
No space. Fly the other way.
You see Bosong and Ocerus, of course.
If he entered the furnace as a mosquito, would he have just fried?
Yes. Bosong, this mosquito like flies into your face and then flies away.
Bosong tries to swat at it instinctually.
It's just like you're back at the.
Okay, wait a minute. Do we go with this? Do you actually do that, David?
Well, I mean, he doesn't
Like
know that
stream
Khanek
fly?
can do that. Yeah,
Or
he, like,
kill
just,
fly.
he doesn't try and like catch it out of the air. He just tries to like wave it off.
Khanek, we'll say, since you've already, moved into this place, and you're seeing everything, that you would have seen these things, but Bosong is going to, make a slap attack at you. How much
Okay,
HP does a
sure.
mosquito have?
Like one.
Does it actually?
My unarmed
Yeah,
attacks hurt really bad.
It has 1 HP.
It does. Okay. Well, what's that mosquito's AC? Do we know?
It's probably high, to be honest. They're probably hard to hit.
Can I make a deck save or something? Some mosquito.
Sure. Yeah.
You want me to roll an attack, Harry?
Yeah. Roll an attack.
Don't take a contest here, Jack. Not with Dex.
Nah, I mean, mosquito instinctively tries to dodge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I missed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
mean,
on.
I rolled a 13 on Dex, so we can take that.
And Khanek's AC is different as a mosquito.
Yeah.
So.
And all right, so you hit the mosquito, and then all of a sudden you see Khanek transform back in front of you.
he just poofs.
Oh,
out.
sorry, you see
Actual fuck.
you just see you see Chaos Dragoon Khanek in front of you.
You see your
Your
savior.
hand.
I see, Bosong. Your instincts are as strong as ever. However, I was not able to find Daelin.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I mean, if we're all here and not where we're supposed to be, I think Daelin might be paced. Because the teleport screwed him up. Maybe.
Here's the problem. In order to get back where Rolland is, we're gonna have to traverse down this hall. And there is a machine down this hall.
Do you want
Didn't
me to
she
deal
also
with it
turn into a
stealthily?
mosquito?
We need to kill it without alerting, because if we don't, I have a feeling we're all fucked.
As you wish.
Okay, and by the way, Jack, when you were flying around as your mosquito form through that Well, say you looked through the hangar and then you flew into Bosong's face.
Yeah.
As you were looking around, I'm sure that you already saw this for yourself.
Morrigan the messenger.
You would see rows and rows of Warforged automatons, finished and complete, polished, assembled, and ready for battle. A large room on the upper right corner of the map, where it looks like this purple primordial energy is being beamed into a very, very large Warforged Leviathan. And standing at the console outside of this Leviathan being created is, for the first time in this campaign, you identify to be a dwarf.
Oh.
Standing in the darkness.
What?
It looks
No.
somehow. Whatever means that has brought this dwarf back
Primordial magic.
to this world of the living, it seems, from your understanding up to this point in the campaign, akin to the Vidalcan method, which used Gwar to
The Guaromancy?
bring them back.
Oh,
You think the
They did,
Warforged have been dabbling in the
before.
libraries of destiny?
the Forlorn idiots. They did the same thing as them. Foolish.
Mhm.
So you want me to kill this Warforged below us?
Yes. Where
As
are
it
you all
rounds
coming
the
from?
corner, closer and closer, you are about to. It steps into range, and sees Bosong.
Oh, I was gonna say I trigger the bottle.
Oh, yeah. What does this bottle do? Let's see. Smoke leaks. Brass bottle weighs 1 pound. Use an action to remove the stopper. Cloud of thick smoke pours out. Ooh. Heavily obscured.
Holy shit, he's using it?
I told you it'd be useful.
Whoa, he's smoke screening, bro. Okay,
And
so
it makes sense. It's coming from the furnace. It's not super.
right.
Oh.
We will say that what this does is limit his vision. His vision cone is going to shrink to 5 feet only. In front of him.
Okay.
And you can still see the red of his light through the smoke, but you have the feeling that he does not see you. And you hear his footsteps continue moving forward, but it's slower, as if it's accounting for its lack of vision, and so it's slowed down ever so slightly. And it also is raising its gun, but it doesn't. It just seems to be on higher alert.
Khanek, kill or sneak.
You kill it without it knowing we're here is ideal.
If I kill it, it's not going to alert the others. It needs
I
to
don't
sound
know.
like an alarm, right?
I'm no expert on machines.
What? That's like
I'm
your
not
entire
expert.
job.
I'm an expert on the arcane. That
These
enriches
things
my
are the
backbone.
arcane.
No, they're of ancient dwarven magics.
Khanek, are you
not
standing
known
on the conveyor belt?
I'll see what's in. I look in here in the conveyor belt.
Okay.
You know, I had polymorph too. I could have just followed him. God damn it.
Bosong waits for the Warforged to get right to his side, and he readies his fists.
Okay. We will go back to Rolland, then to Khanek, and then to you two again. Rolland,
Yes, sir.
you're back in this room. Weapons, doors.
Yeah, I want to investigate these weapons. They look interesting. They're weird, gnarly handles.
They're very, go ahead and roll a little investigation. You just, well, yeah, I'll
What?
save it.
I hope I don't get a 1.
Salt in the wound, Ganon. Salt in the wound. So these weapons appear mostly tarnished, partially made. They are dwarvish in making. You can definitely tell. But they appear to be in this room, in this part of the facility, because those who made them don't deem them to be very valuable. They seem discarded, and perhaps even being worked on at the moment.
I see.
Broken, basically.
But I don't think that this is like the workstation. Not really, right? Like,
no, yeah, like from
I
what
see some tools, but
from what you've seen so far, just in this room, aside from these weapons, you feel like you're in some kind of factory. Yeah, whether or not it's for weapons, you're not sure, but this is what you know from looking at these weapons.
well, if they're dwarvish in nature, I'll probably at least take one just for like evidence.
Yep.
Maybe I'll take like this sword here.
Okay. You can add tarnished dwarven blade to your inventory.
Sounds good. I'm gonna like go up to these doors after that, and sort of like kind of put my ear up to it, kind of like Khanek was. I just want to see if like I hear anything behind them.
Sure. Perception check.
It's persuasion. There we go. It's not bad.
So, on the other side of this door, you hear nothing. On the other side of this door, you think it sounds more like the outside world, and you can actually hear the chunking of what sounds like a machine, not a warforged, but a machine kind of chugging along. It's been rhythmic ever since you've been here. Out of character, this is the sound of the conveyor belt.
Okay. Can I test, maybe not open, but just like test the door handles?
Yes.
Are they locked?
Yeah, the top one, when you try it, it appears locked. The bottom one opens.
Can I just peek it open?
Yeah.
Oh.
You peer around the corner, and you see what looks like a very disheveled excavator. He's not looking at you. In fact, his back's to you. He's just hauling scrap metal onto this conveyor belt at the back of the factory, essentially. But with your perception check, on this scrap metal conveyor belt is
Utah moment.
The blue... Oh, Utah moment?
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. On this conveyor belt, kind of covered to some degree by scrap metal and just kind of piled in with it, is the blue body of a Vidalcan.
Oh.
Specifically...
Is it a... No.
You see the face of Nikolai.
No!
What? When he blew himself up in Forlorn.
No, he survived that. Remember?
Yeah,
He did survive that.
That was just
Unfortunately, he did not survive this, it would seem.
What the fuck?
Negotiator betrayed him.
Harriet, if there's any chance he's alive, I have to save him.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going in.
Okay. This excavator looks extremely like not equipped for battle or any kind of confrontation. And he doesn't even seem to pay you notice.
He's not even looking my way, right?
Yeah.
Can I just try and stealth and steal Nikolai's body?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and walk your way out there.
Okay.
And Rolland, as you're doing this, you're getting ready to grab Nikolai's body, and you see an inert, inactive light on the wall, but you know for sure that this is some kind of alarm system that that plays. You're sure that this isn't the only light in the facility, but it tells you, seeing this, that this is
it's one of many.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and scoop Nikolai's body up.
Go ahead and roll stealth. Jesus Christ, man.
Ah!
Chris
Okay.
finally hit her cannon.
Do I have inspiration?
Do you have inspiration?
By the way, I don't.
Yeah, what? I'm like, do you have advantage? Yeah, you
Well-
don't have anything that gives you advantage, do you? At this point?
Pull out Omha's left testicle. why don't
No,
you?
like boots of
No.
right, because those
I
went
gave-
to Daelin, right?
I gave it to Daelin.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Like I could cast invisibility on myself, but I didn't.
Yeah.
There goes stealth.
I'm just trying to think of the sequence of events here.
I will immediately turn to attack this thing if it looks at me.
I didn't think cannon would be the one to blow our stuff. I 100% thought it would
Okay.
be.
I
Will.
have to save Nikolai.
For Nikolai, ew, he's dead.
He doesn't even have any magic items on him.
He doesn't even have any magic.
We don't know
items,
that.
bro.
We don't know that, David.
Harry described it. It's just his body.
He's wearing his stuff.
Okay.
He's wearing his stuff.
Understandable, cannon. Go loot him.
He's wearing his stuff.
Okay.
Go get him, Tiger.
So, as
This wasn't the intention. I just want you to know.
Rolland, I know. Yeah, what do you mean? Oh yeah.
I wasn't trying to loot grub him.
Yeah. I know. You came at it from a pure Aewa standpoint. You bard warlock.
From a
Okay.
pure Aewa standpoint,
That's a weird way to say paladin.
bard warlock. Is that.
As he's doing this, we're gonna jump to Bosong, Ocerus, and Khanek.
Okay.
Because we're gonna see how Khanek how they all do. Oh wait.
Yeah. What if we just all trigger everything at once?
Sorry, Khanek first. Khanek, you are standing on this conveyor belt, and it moves 5 feet, and it's pushing you off. So you basically have to enter the room.
All right, I enter the room.
Make me an acrobatics check. Are you trying to clear the?
Oh, I don't have to. I can just like.
Oh
float.
right, you can just float. Yeah, you
just
enter the
float.
room.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. So this conveyor belt doesn't mean anything to you. You see what I described to Ocerus as well as the sealed mechanical door at the northern side of the room.
You see, but I also see
Mm-hmm.
a machine,
You do.
and I'll go to it.
You go to your the machine that you met in Forlorn in the basement of Zorn Manor.
Perhaps this one can give us some answers. I take his head.
guy looks
head and
dangerous.
I put it in my pouch.
You take his head. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and add Peacekeeper's head to your inventory.
Damn. You get off screen, Jack.
Nope. Hey, Cannon, I have the wish spell.
We'll build him a new body, Jack. Don't worry, we have lots of parts.
Yeah, from out of character Jack and in character, your understanding as Khanek would be that he has been disassembled. It does not mean he can't be reassembled, but it does seem to that he's been emasculated a little bit.
Irrelevant.
Impossible.
Irrelevant.
Not scientifically possible.
Okay, Ocerus and Bosong, you are standing in this massive smoke cloud, and Khanek will say that the smoke is also billowing in from the conveyor belt that you came from. This surveyor guard is walking past you very slowly. Do you try to attack
Nope, I
him or
stand.
let him pass by?
I stand still until he is right next to me.
He steps.
I'd get jumped, fool.
Okay, how do you do it?
Bosong like winds up and then punches him as hard as he can.
Okay.
And then again. And that's a crit. So then
Okay.
that's two more. Or one more actually, just one more. Okay.
Are your punches your hammer now? Or wait, what happened?
No, my punches are the gloves of soul catching. The legendary item.
Oh, I see. That's why you were asking about that.
So he triggers the crusher effect. Could you send him 15 feet over the edge, falling to his doom?
Yes. I
Thank
will
you.
allow you to try and make this takedown quietly if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Obviously, it's going to make some noise, but go ahead and roll stealth for me. Okay.
Eh.
Ocerus,
Can I
you
have,
see
can I have
him.
Shadow the Song try and give me the help action
Oh, yeah.
for that?
Yes. You may. And Ocerus, you also see
Much better.
Bosong just handling this. Do you try to help in any way, or you just let him do his thing?
I'm just gonna let him do his thing.
Okay.
Seems to have a good plan here.
Through the smoke, you see the silhouette of Bosong, like very tribalistically punch and basically subdue this Warforged, and then throwing him off as well with his punches. And he goes, 5, 10, 15. And as it flies out, you can see that the red of his vision cone expands as if he's like putting more, emphasis to it. Like he's focusing more and allowing the beam to go further. And it basically, that he saw you right before he fell, but he's falling. And he's immediately out of earshot of any other Warforged that's nearby. He disappears.
We're like essentially in the clouds, like up
Yeah,
on a
yes.
mountain.
We're in Cloud City right now.
You watch him disappear into the mist below without a sound.
Okay.
Perfect.
Um,
Also, I'm back to full health. My punches heal me.
okay.
Huge.
Yes, they do.
Oh right,
They heal the
The force damage I do, yeah.
the unarmed strikes. Yeah.
but the scorched skin and melted skin from the furnace room is like brand new. Just calloused
Peaches.
over. Okay, so you complete that action, Bosong. Do you say anything?
Ocerus, we go after Khanek or we do go south?
I think it's better if we just group up.
That's fair. I
That
have
way
no
if
idea
shit
where
hits the
Rolland is.
fan, we're all together.
Fair enough.
You guys
Right.
have this conversation. Rolland, you're collecting Nikolai's body from the conveyor belt at the exact same time after they've just successfully subdued this Warforged surveyor.
Right.
You rolled a 9.
Thankfully, his perception's an 8.
Yeah.
And the excavator turns to look at you. But he doesn't really seem to notice that you're there.
This isn't where I parked my car.
This Warforged does not appear to be any kind of alert, you know, like it's not on alert, and it's not designed to notify anyone of anything. Its only purpose is to haul scrap metal.
Is it mad that I'm taking something off the belt?
No. It appears it appears to kind of observe you doing this, but it doesn't seem to mind. No, it just simply goes back to scooping scrap metal onto the conveyor belt from the wagon that it's next to.
I see.
You can add Nikolai Vitali's body to your inventory as you
Oh, so he's an object.
You're carrying him like you're firemen carrying him right now, okay?
I will objectify Nikolai.
How could you?
And from where you are, the plateau that you're on with this facility seems to extend further.
Whoa.
And you see, as diagrammed on that chalkboard, well, you didn't know what they were labeled, but very large titans standing in these mountains. And when I say like in these mountains, they're not like on the same surface as you. They're almost like towering next to the mountain plateau that you're on as an equal. So like you're seeing their faces essentially, which are turned upward.
My dad's
Turned upward to the heavens, as if waiting to, and their palms are also turned upward with their faces, their chins, you know, and everything turned, as if waiting to receive something.
Crap.
And they are motionless, inert.
They're a bunch of scrap guzzlers.
That's what you see back there.
Right. I'm not gonna go there to those.
You have
big guys.
wings if you'd like to use those, or you can backtrack and go and try different doors.
I do want to wing over to the other side of this like scrap thingy
Okay, you do so.
and just peek this corner.
Yep, go ahead. There seems to be a small amount of plateau on this side of the facility that leads to a metal wall on the other side. Now, this wall looks like you could also traverse that. On the other side of the wall, you definitely see that there is this, there's a waterfall coming down on the other side.
A waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, man, it would be really funny to see if I let Nicholas go into the forge, what would be made out of him.
Right, yeah. No, yeah, by all accounts, it's strange that you found his body just in a heap of scrap metal waiting to be superheated into Warforged parts.
Okay, I'm gonna backtrack for a second. Stay with me here.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna revolt over this thing.
Yep.
The wings. I'm gonna go back into this room.
Yep.
I'm gonna close the door.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go in the middle of the room.
Yep.
I'm gonna set Nikolai's body down so I'm not hauling it.
Okay. You do so. His dead body flops onto the floor, limp. You see
He's not like
his expression.
dying. He is dead.
He's dead. And based on his we'll say the state of his body, is extremely cold. It seems like he's been dead for a day or so, or a couple of days at this point.
Couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and raise him from the dead.
No longer than 10 days.
If this is like not supposed to happen, I'm fine with that. If I can save Nicholas, though, I think Rolland would.
Well,
Why do you keep calling him Nicholas?
Nicholas is a funny
Nikolai.
name.
Nikolai.
That's his government birth.
Well, okay. I mean, out of character, I don't know if it's supposed to happen in terms of Matt. Matt always wanted him to die, but in game, I do think it's funny to try and bring him back. So let's say this is a stubborn soul moment.
You can just turn him into an NPC.
Right, yeah. What's the
I
rule
consent to
for
that.
stubborn soul? Let's check that real
I
quick.
consent to that. Matt's no longer a player here, so to be
He
fair.
says,
Second time this happened to Matt.
yeah, if a player uses a spell that isn't true res or wish to revive the character, they must succeed on a check, which I think Nikolai has he fully died ever? I don't think so. I think
I mean,
that,
he exploded.
He tried to
fully
blow
died
himself
Forlorn.
up.
yeah, he
If Nikolai comes
Oh,
back, can you give him like an Italian accent?
yeah, I could actually.
I think that would be huge, Harry.
So stubborn souls would make his DC 12, I'm pretty sure. Because I think this is the only time he's full died. So
Yeah.
you try to raise dead
He's
him.
just sleeping, right? He's just sleeping, right?
I'm gonna roll a d20, and if it is above a 12, then he lives with 1 HP. If I roll below a 12, he will continue to be dead.
It's okay, Ocerus. We sent Nikolai to a really nice library upstate.
Ready, Roland?
Oh, I hope he reads a lot of
I'm
books. though.
ready.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Come on.
Rip Nikolai.
It would
He wanted to
appear
be with his family.
in this moment, Roland, you won't necessarily take this as the final answer,
Okay.
but it would appear as though, I mean, it makes sense to you. His soul is unwilling. It wasn't even willing when he was alive, so
Try again later.
yeah.
I'm not giving up on you, Nikolai.
We're gonna drag his soul back from the.
Once a faithful few, always a faithful few.
This is how we rope Matt back into the campaign. Hey, oh Matt!
Your character's alive.
Waiter!
Harry
More
killed your
dead
character.
He's gotta come back for one last job. I gotta kill Nikolai for
I need you for one last job.
Matt's like, I
Holy
wasn't
shit.
gonna come back, but when you need me to kill Nikolai, I was done.
We're in a Warforged factory. We can make Mecha Nikolai.
Sure. Oh my god. Guys, we can all chrome the fuck up.
I didn't agree to that.
Do.
Okay, so, Roland, you've attempted to revive Nikolai. It didn't work. Where do you go from here?
Yeah. I guess I'll just loot his body.
All right, roll investigation.
God,
We're gonna
please
go to
pray.
Bosong and Ocerus from here. Or actually, we'll go to Khanek. Khanek, you've got this head of Peacekeeper.
I see what the now I go to see what the commotion is outside. Now that we've
You float.
retrieved this.
I find everything he has.
You float back to the conveyor belt and then into the smoke, and you run into Ocerus and Bosong again. Except this time, the surveyor is just gone. He was here when you were here, and He was rounding the corner, and now he's just gone.
Yeah. I see you dispatched it. Where's the body, though?
Several miles below us.
Oh, good thinking, Bosong. Yes, good work. I retrieved the head of that Warforged from the lab. I don't know how they acquired him here, maybe one of his drones. However, last I recall, they were researching ways to destroy Sanctum's machines of war. Perhaps we can extract that knowledge from this head.
I wouldn't mind, but I have no idea how to do that.
When I was a fly, I saw them infusing Warforged with some purple energy. Perhaps we can do something like that. Some dwarven magic.
Again, I'm with you, but you're gonna have to direct me. Do you want me to kill everything then?
Dwarvitic.
Yes, but we should probably regroup with Rolland and make our way back.
Understood. Where's Rolland? Oh, I love... But Bosong notices the beam cutting through the lights. Hey, watch this. I love moments like these. And then Bosong, like, slowly creeps his way towards, here, and he waits for the Warforged to pass by.
Oops, wait, I just made him smaller. Didn't mean to do that. 5, 5. There we go. He stands his post just on the edge of this balcony over here. But he doesn't seem to make any other moves. You want to make a stealth check for moving to him?
I mean, I'm still in the fog, right?
Yeah.
The radius is still there.
So are we still in the fog, like even over? Oh, he went that way. Okay.
Yeah. Do you see how
I
big
just wanna
this
pop this
fog
one.
is?
Yeah.
No. I wanna go the other way toward Rolland, where I think Rolland is.
Okay.
I'm just gonna...
So
I'll pop
my
this
character's
Warforged
gonna go the
and I'll
other way.
rejoin.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit, Bosong. Well, and stealth with advantage.
If I don't,
Serious.
like, make an attack, if I roll for a shove, could it just be stealthy normally? Like, just a push rather than, like, a punch so it's not as loud?
Yes. Yeah, you can, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for athletics then. Good old push.
Huge.
And it makes an athletics check too, right?
Yep.
Not that
To resist. Yeah, no.
Yep. It goes bye-bye, and of course it turns to look at you and tries to, like, handle its gun before it falls, but it is unable to, and it disappears into the mist below.
Bosong walks back towards the direction where he found it. Ocerus hears him chuckling, like, to himself. And he rejoins Khanek and following behind.
Hey, what's that stealth game you played a lot?
Splinter Cell?
Which one?
Dishonored.
Dishonored was awesome.
It was like
Splinter Cell.
a Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where this music's from.
All right, 47. Your target is a short, stumpy man with a beard. Eliminate quietly, and you'll receive your pay after the mission.
It'd be like, Fisher, you got 12 hostiles on the roof, 4 in the basement, and 5 in the living room. Gotta make sure you traverse each level, getting down to the basement, opening the safe. Try not to get seen in the meantime. Then he'll say something like, let me guess, 3 alarms and the mission's over? God damn it, Fisher, this isn't a video game.
Hell yeah.
That's actually a dialogue. Another surveyor.
Another surveyor?
But we'll
Yummers.
Khanek, you moved down to the south side of the catwalk. Ocerus, you see Khanek leave first, and then Bosong follow after him after shoving another surveyor off this cliff. What do you do?
Surveyor is probably not the most useful thing if they can just be knocked off like this. I'm surprised they don't have a better alarm system. Oh well.
Budget cuts.
Machines are not the most thinking things, are they? As I make my way to this door, and I try to open this door. And I whisper, Rolland, you're there. We're back.
You hear the disembodied
you might wanna
voice of
come with us.
Khanek, Rolland.
Uh,
You hear it coming from
I,
this door behind you.
yeah, I come forward.
You trust my vibes, Rolland.
The door is locked, Khanek, from the side. Can you open it?
I unlock it.
Yeah. You unlock it.
You're not gonna believe what I found.
Ah, Nikolai.
Oh, it's the blue one.
I suppose
tried-
you foresaw this. Well,
I tried
found
to
the head
revive
of-
him, Khanek.
I found the head of that Warforged from Aluzat's lab as well. Maybe they. Maybe this is what happened to them. Anyways, there was some.
Hear me out, guys.
See,
He's
the
really
sun
hard
like a little bit
to-
of drool from the corner of
he's
his
re-
mouth.
He's really hard to carry around, right? But he's also a spellcaster. So if I chop off 2 of his legs and 1 of his arms, he can still use somatic components to cast spells. And then I can wear Nikolai as a backpack.
Yeah, exactly. You tie him to your back and you cast spells over your shoulder like some sort of backpack magic man. You know, constitution is more important to a magical man than you think, Rolland.
Fair enough.
Well, regardless, there's information to be held. When I
And
was
you
first-
people say I'm the
Yeah.
savage.
There was dwarves, or rather, a dwarf revived,
Dwarf.
most likely with the power of guaromancy, just like those idiot dragonborn in Forlorn, bringing back.
If they have an actual dwarf alive, then why is their dwarf attack so shitty? These weapons all
No,
suck
but
in
look,
here.
look at this writing here, machine-like at the top and at the bottom. Humanoid, short, as if this was the highest it could reach. The dwarves are back, and
Those fucking
there's some
evil
purple.
midgets.
There's some purple infusion there. If we can get this machine head over there, perhaps we can gain the knowledge from it.
I think that's a good idea. We'll need to know as much as we can.
We need to go kill this dwarf, but stealthily somehow. I've never
But if
encountered
he's-
a dwarf before. I don't know what level of magics and power they have. He looks
If
weak
he's
and
been revived
feeble.
with Guaromancy, it's not true resurrection. This is not the resurrection we were told of in the prophecy.
So do you think we all stumble upon him, us 4, and we just kill him?
I'm not opposed.
Is there any reason to capture him?
We could try that, but I think getting the head of this head to the purple could also provide information on what happened at the libraries.
Is that a hammer on that table over there?
It is.
These are old weapons. Looks like dwarven in nature. Perhaps you could take them back and figure something to do with them.
Hey, why
They're
not?
a bit tarnished. I wouldn't. Okay.
You go ahead and add tarnished dwarven hammer to your inventory, Bosong.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just gotta get through here. You know, we could try to kill the dwarf. You know, if he opposes or something, maybe we hear him out. But as we all know, all dwarves are evil. Ontologically. Ocerus, you didn't get a chance to use your scales on him, did you?
A non-existent dwarf that I didn't see? No.
No, it's real. Khanek said so.
We don't even know. I don't even think dwarves are real.
This is a good character trait. I haven't seen a dwarf.
What
Nonsense.
dwarf?
Wasn't Anodyne like 5'6"?
You don't even know who he is.
Canonically, Daelin did show Ocerus that stuff. Will just wasn't here or something, right?
Daelin did show Will that stuff. Ocerus wasn't here, huh?
But I think Will was not like there that second or something. So maybe have we told him about Anodine?
Yes.
Will was here.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knows.
You guys have
Okay.
talked about it in character.
He
I think.
simply refuses to believe it.
Oh, I see. Carry on. Anyways, I think we should take Nikolai with us.
Why?
I think
You were going to carry around a large body through a battlefield?
there's
It's
a
just
chance I
gonna slow
can
you
save
down.
him.
He's dead. I look at him and there's flies coming out of his mouth. You are carrying around a dead man. It is just gonna get you killed. Get your head in the game, Rolland. This is the
I think
end
I
game.
saved him.
Now
I mean-
Safeguard cares about saving people. Wake up, Rolland. There's a world
I
to
always
save.
have.
How loud is
This is
Ocerus
the trolley
talking right now?
problem.
Harry, how is there a cooldown between attempts?
You could try one more time at this point.
Okay.
I'd allow that.
This is the trolley
I'm-
problem, Rolland. One or millions.
I'm trying it one more. I'm trying it one more time. If he can carry himself, then that's
We're
all we need.
fucked.
I mean,
Roland's
it
head's not
depends
even
on
in
the
game.
people. All of Cistern versus my son, you know who I'm picking, Ocerus.
That's fucking crazy. Why are we saving the world? All you guys are fucking weird. Because they're all unhinged. No one really wants to save the world.
No, I want to save the world for my people.
I
You
want to
picked your
unleash
son over a
and
whole
unshackle the
civilization.
minds of humanity. I want to unveil the grand illusion of gods among us.
Why do you look like the Dark Magician?
Because
The
I
Dark
have
Magician
armor up.
exists in the world.
Yeah.
you
That's
know
a real
of the Dark
character.
Magician? Yeah.
Do you know
he
the
was on,
Pharaoh?
He was on Sunday morning cartoons.
Do you know the Pharaoh, Yami?
Yeah,
Okay,
don't.
let's try this one last time.
so Rolland, you go over to Nikolai and you cast the Raise Dead
What?
spell.
Come on, Nikolai, wake up! I slap him to cast
The
Raise Dead
DC
like across the face.
is 14 now
What the fuck?
because
Very
it
real.
increases per number of attempts per the rule.
Is there any way to affect this ritual?
What do you mean? Like to make it better?
Yeah.
There's no homebrew rule
I'll
to
just-
make it better.
All right. Well, I will
The homebrew
say,
rule for the homebrew
I will
rule.
say, Aewa, we've embarked on the last leg of our quest. At the peak of our prophecy, our mission. Please help me reach out to Nikolai and call upon him for his... he can't have died here.
Make a religion check.
Aewa, it'll be really funny if he fails. I'm just
No!
Okay.
Oh,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
You have advantage on the DC 14 roll. Well,
Let's
so
go!
I'm gonna roll it. Or do you want to roll it?
Aewa, it'll be really funny.
I'll roll it.
Okay.
I'll roll it.
Go ahead and roll 2d20.
It's really funny, Aewa.
No, I
It's
take it
so funny.
You roll it, Harry.
Nikolai is very dead, it would seem.
Aewa, you fucking rat.
I slap
Um,
Rolland.
Just because this seems like something.
Focus up, Rolland. I slap him.
Roll 1d20. They miss.
We are behind enemy lines, Rolland, and you are focusing on a dead man. Wake up.
All right, here's
He
what
was
I'll
a
say.
faithful few.
Here's what I'll say, Roland.
Who is he? I don't even remember him.
Is the DC gonna be 16 next time?
We'll say the DC. Okay, this is what we'll do because now everybody's in the same area. I will roll, but it will be 16 now. Okay.
Whoa.
Do you want to expend another slot?
On a straight roll?
Right. Well, did you want to use a third spell slot?
Do I want to use a third spell?
Because you've been using, or have you been using it like ritual casting? Is that a thing?
Oh no, you can't ritual cast this.
I was
bitch.
gonna say you definitely can't, right?
Yeah, I only have one more cast of this left, realistically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I keep asking you to stop using it, because we're literally gonna be
Yeah,
in the
how
end
did
game
you-
here. You're
well,
wasting
so-
your
Oh,
spells.
It looks like you have 2 spell slots. Have you used both for the Raised Dead?
Yes, I just didn't consume it last time.
Okay.
I do have 6th and 7th and 8th level spell slots, but like
Yeah, can you even upcast Raised Dead?
using that.
I don't think you can upcast Raised
You
Dead.
can upcast. You can upcast anything. It'll just be the same spell at 5th level.
I see.
It doesn't have any effects that make it better.
Bosong prayed for comedy and Aewa answered.
Okay, then
Damn it.
yeah, there's no extra attempt.
Unless
Maybe
I
this
see-
Aewa god isn't so bad.
It would seem as though fate has truly, finally declared Bosong or Nikolai
No.
deceased.
No. All right. Well, I steal his boots then.
Okay.
You have any good trinkets on him, Rolland?
Okay, let's see what he had.
I really don't think he had much. I'm gonna be honest.
He wasn't alive very
I know
long.
he had boots and
Yeah.
stuff, but besides,
He didn't even
that,
make it to the loot room in. Oh no, wait,
In
yes he
Forlorn.
did.
No, he died in
Is
the
it-
throne room.
Well, also,
No,
Matt
but
didn't always
then
like
he
drag
came
his
back.
items on it.
He was like alive up until you guys left Forlorn, so it's possible actually he has
Oh.
something.
Okay.
He tried to kill himself. That's where the narrative came from. Is he kept trying to die, but the game just wouldn't let him, and so
God wouldn't let him.
I wasn't
And now
doing anything.
And now I want him to live, and the game won't let him rest. This is some horse.
he kept succeeding on his death saves, and then getting healed by players and NPCs. So because it was funny. Okay, inactive Matt, Nikolai. Yeah, he has magical boots. How did you remember that?
Because he
Those were
used to.
loot goblins.
Remember, he would always click his heels or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only magic item on him.
That's it.
Yeah.
You
It's,
rat bastard, Nikolai.
I mean, I'm surprised you even got one thing. I will add the Boots of Speed to your inventory.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Comedy
Should be
never
there.
gets old.
This rat bastard.
Literally
Guys,
taking
we
his
just-
boots like it's colonial times. Like putting it to your
Wait,
foot.
guys.
It's the
Where's-
Sandor Clegane scene
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he rips the boots off.
Yeah, it takes the boots off the hungman.
Yeah. Did you check to
Wait,
see if
guys.
his boots will fit you? I feel like Nikolai's a much smaller
fit.
inhabitant than you are.
They fit. They're magic boots. They fit.
That's not how magic works.
Maybe they would fit a paladin.
Actually,
No, that's not how magic works.
I think they'd fit a paladin better, Kenny.
yeah.
They
I
seem
am a
more
paladin.
my style.
I don't know about that.
You can have his 50 feet of
You wanna
Pepin
compare
robe, I'm
paladin
sure.
levels?
Harry, I'm sure
Want to
he has
compare
Pepin robe.
paladin level? That's a good one.
Yeah, 18.
Big dick.
18 inches of paladin versus 1 inch of paladin. That's crazy.
That's a good one. Want to
That's
compare paladin levels? That's a good one.
Nikolai. If I come back for you, it means that you deserve another chance. If I can't make it back to you, I hope they put you back on the scrap compactor.
What? Imagine trying to run someone and then be like, I wish they would keep you as scrap.
Bosong
No.
picks up the body.
You'd find new
Oh.
life. What?
Okay,
You
Basong,
want
as
your
a
fireman's
war machine
carrying
robot.
him right now.
You're gonna carry him?
And Basong,
Bosong work.
as you're
Alright.
stepping
Basong?
out of the room,
Bazong? Bazong, where are you going?
You would see that you would have seen the red beam of this surveyor. It's literally the timing of this is important because I've had him over here for a bit now. The
Get back here, Bosong.
The door has always been open too. It was never closed. The surveyor, as you're stepping into the door with Nikolai and leaving the office, Bosong, a surveyor turns the corner, and the red lens catches you. And Rolland, he is like a silhouette in front of you of this red hue.
I don't know what you mean. The door's closed.
And Bosong, you see him raise his automatic weapon, and
No.
as if he's like saying something into his wrist.
No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Bosong, kill him.
Bosong, kill him.
in the office.
No!
No.
Oh,
Aewa
we
last.
lost the surprise. We lost our
Reaction,
surprise.
Aewa's
We had to
last.
get to the
Wait,
door.
it's almost like we spent the past 5 minutes trying to revive Nikolai instead of just doing the mission.
You know, there is a point to be made there.
It's almost like Roland has ignored my RP this entire time of me telling him to stop doing it. Oh, crazy.
And
I didn't ignore it. I had to save him.
You ignored it. You didn't even respond to me.
What? No, I did. I said he was a faithful few. I have to save him.
And then I slapped you and you did it again. Like a goober.
And then I. No, I
we had to go
didn't.
through a, we had to go
Before
through a
you
whole
slapped me.
unnecessary combat that we didn't have to do. Because you
We roll
let
initiative,
Nikolai
boss?
go.
I had to see.
The alarm sounds. And Khanek, you see the door in the upper right corner swing open, and there is a surveyor standing in it. That is where we will end the session. With combat beginning.
Maybe I should revive him again.
Yeah, during combat.
Yeah, in combat where he has 1 hit point, just so he can die again.
I like this idea. I think it makes sense.
Huge.
Another day in the great life of Canon Clownson.
That's a bit
Oh my god.
That was pretty funny. I didn't know that that's where that would go, but
Oh, we lost our chance to
There's-
surprise against this fucking dwarf.
There's no way
I
I lost that.
and I will say the only reason that I actually started having this surveyor coming over is because the door was left open. And I know that you guys could just be like, "Oh, well, we shut the door, obviously," but we're gonna say that you didn't. It's perfect. You guys had like secured this side of the facility, but then a patrolman came by, so.
It wasn't supposed to be like this.
This happened. Why did this happen?
Yeah, I can say right now that this combat would definitely go for quite a bit of time. So I think it's better if we come back to it at a later date.
Man, it's a good thing I eliminated 2 of them before combat, huh?
It is actually.
That is true, but I feel like they have an infinite amount.
That is also true, possibly.
In your mosquito form, Khanek, you would have noted that the warforged that were lined up in that large hangar room are of a different type. They seem to be sentries, which you've seen before. They're seemingly more like the droids of Sanctum, you know what I mean? These guys seem a little bit more tactical and problematic. So, that's for you to know. But yeah, that's the session. I'm going to throw you guys on the map. Rapture, and yeah, thanks for playing.
Yeah.
The first stealth, real stealth heist of this campaign.
No, we failed.
So fucking funny. This fucking rat bastard couldn't roll 1 over 10 in three rolls.
So funny.
God. Oh, are our tokens in Sanctum now?
No, but I should put them there. Huh?
God, this crackhead travel map. We went from Safeguard to Sanctum. Give us another teleport line.
True.
Hang on. So yeah, you see these mountains up here.
That's what I figured.
That
yeah,
is
the
where
big
you are
mountain.
currently.
Is that where we wanted to go?
No, you wanted to go.
What
here.
the?
You wanted to go straight into the throne room of Sanctum. And from what you can tell,
Damn stupid dwarf attack.
you all got kind of scattered. But Daelin is not at this facility. It's possible.
Trade us.
It's
Turn
possible that
traitor.
he
Radar.
completed his journey or is somewhere else entirely.
Damn it. Daelin, I need those fucking magic items back.
And Peacekeeper and Nikolai. I'm gonna add Nikolai to the map, but he's dead. Oop.
Is the
0.
DC gonna be like 16 now on the next attempt?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn it, you stupid rat, Nikolai.
It's always been a rule, but for some reason it
You mean Daelin?
Oh. What?
I take
No, I said
zero
Nikolai.
responsibility.
Oh, I thought you
for-
meant
for
Daelin.
being discovered.
Both of them.
Yeah, no, if anything, it was the deliberation.
No, it was Nikolai not cooperating.
Maybe if
Stupid
you got him
suicidal
up on the
bastard.
second time, or the first time, things would have been different. How do you feel about your Peacekeeper, Jack?
He's alive, so doesn't matter.
Yes. I thought you'd think that. What the hell? Peacekeeper doesn't get a, that's interesting.
Chances Matt sees that. Negative. However, funny.
Sees what? Oh, did you make a meme?
I just posted a tavern.
Oh, Harry, you know at the start of the session when Bosong held up the press, right?
Yes.
I imagined him doing like the Freddie Mercury pose while he was going through.
Which one's that?
Here, I'll put it in memes.
Yeah.
And then he besonged all over them.
There we go. I gotta put your other token on the board now, Jack. There you are.
Nice.
0.5. The art is absolutely insane, Jack. It's so funny. I love it. When you were like, what happened that session? When you were like, when you came out of mosquito form, and then like I flashed your art up on the screen. It was just ridiculous. Peak. Yeah, I'll draw something on the map for you guys teleporting. Let's see, it'd be somewhere down here. Make it red. And then you landed in Sanctum. Actually, hang on, let's just do this. Okay, well, with that marked on the map and everybody's tokens and stuff updated, let's roll on the session today. Thanks for watching this week's episode, a session of Tragedy of War. We will be back not next week due to some planned hangout sessions outside of D&D, but we will be back the week after to continue on the siege of Sanctum. So
Yes.
stay tuned if you're out there.
Yippee.
Peace out.